Jai Hind everyone. Today I am going to discuss the first chapter, computer languages. As you all know, languages is a means to express your views and feelings. So in order to and communicate. So if you want to communicate with others, you and I communicate in which languages? English, Hindi, sometimes French. Okay. So if we want to communicate with computer, we need to understand its language. That is known as computer language or machine language. So in this chapter, we will be discussing about the different languages which have been evolved during different generations of computer. Okay. So first generation language, it is known as machine language. Machine language. Machine, as you know, the term machine means computer. Machine language is the only language which computer understand. And the computer understand, you all know, you all have read in earlier classes that it understand only two numbers, that is 0 and 1, which is known as binary digits or bits. Okay. And do you know that the instructions, the program used to write during this generation of language was very tough, because the programmer has to learn all the coding in form of 0 and 1. So it was very time consuming process also. So machine generation language. So but before I discuss about to you, let us discuss program. What is program? Program is a set of instruction which we give to computer to perform a specific task. Okay, it is a set of instruction. What do you mean by set of instruction? Means when you are there, when you are coming to a class, the teacher is giving you instruction, take out book, bring copy, bring your this book. This is the set of instruction that is known as program. And the person who write the program, it is known as programmer. The first computer programmer was Miss Lady Ada Lovelace. She was the first computer programmer. Lady Ada Lovelace. She has first introduced the concept of program. So now, the first language which we were discussing, that is machine language. So what the one feature is, the information is written in the form of two numbers, 0 and 1, that is known as binary digits or bits. It is also known as low level language. And one of the most important feature is that writing program in machine language is very tough, because the programmer has to learn all the conversion of that form into 0 and 1. It has, and the main disadvantages of this language is it is machine dependent. Means you cannot write the program. Machine dependent. The program once you written could not be transferred to another machine. So the programmer thought and developed, why not to develop a language in which there should be less utilization or less learning of codes like 0 and 1. So the programmers thought, why to not to develop a code. So then came another language known as assembly language. Assembly language, dear children, in this language the programmers developed a code. The codes were known as mnemonic codes. M will be silent here. How it is pronounced as mnemonic codes. So programmer, instead of writing and converting into 0 and 1, they developed a code called mnemonic codes. And when the program write in mnemonic codes, using mnemonic code, that program is known as source program. That program is known as source program. And the program once written in using these code are known as source program. But you all know that program is not understood by the computer. Computer understand only 0 and 1. So again it need to convert it into machine readable form. And the program written by into the mnemonic codes is converted into object code, that using a translator program, and that translator program is known as assembler, which convert the program written in assembly language into machine language, into machine language. Machine language because computer understand only machine language 0 and 1. The programmer write the program using mnemonic code, and then they convert this program into object code, and this object code is converted into machine language by means of a translator program known as assembler. So today we have discussed two languages, one machine language and another assembly language. So before I conclude it, I just want to recap this, the difference between machine and assembly. What is the difference? The difference is machine language use binary code digits, and the assembly language uses mnemonic codes. The program written in assembly language is also converted into machine language, and here the program written in assembly language is also converted into machine language. But here a translator program is used, which is known as assembler. Okay, these both generation, machine language and assembly language, belongs to low level languages. Okay, and they both are dependent on machine. They are machine dependent. Machine dependent means the programs once written cannot be transferred to another machine. Okay, and the main disadvantage is that the programmer in the machine language programmer has to learn each codes, and it has to be converted into binary, and here he has to learn the mnemonic code, which was very tiring and a bored process. It requires very high speed of in this generation the program execution speed is very low because the programmer has to convert into the machine language, here assembly into machine language. Okay, this is in this class we have discussed two things, and in next class we will be discussing high language and fourth generation language. That's all children. Thank you. Take care.